The WAFB First Alert Weather Team, powered by the most advanced tools and technology to give you the first alert. Sponsored by Acadian Windows and Hurricane Shutters.
Good Monday morning to you. Well, we've had a kind of a rough start there weather-wise. Showers, thunderstorms moving through the viewing area right now. You're looking live over Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital. 75 degrees. Briefly, the winds are going to be breezy from time to time, 10 to 15. We've already seen gusts over 30 miles per hour, and we've already seen several tornado warnings that are to the east or were to the east of Amy to Hammond. There aren't any more warnings right now. They've been wiped off the board, and fingers crossed they're going to stay that way. There was one confirmation of a tornado touchdown just off to the east of Independence at about 4:15 this morning. We talked about a couple of power outages, and that's not surprising because we see some of the heavier rain just off to the east of Independence. That one cell, this one that passes right there, that was the one that was warned that had a tornado warning, but it was allowed to be canceled. But as we mentioned before, there are definitely going to be power outages in between Baton Rouge and Hammond, and you can see a little bit more around Livingston, Walker, just off to the north. Matt Williams was telling me that Demco reported there were a few thousand power outages, a few thousand customers without power in that area. Hopefully they'll be back up and running sooner rather than later. There's that batch of heavy showers in between 190, that's I-12, and heading up in between Clinton, Kentwood, and heading up to Macomb. So you folks in the northern fringes of our viewing area also getting socked in with a little bit of rain. And they're almost like tropical feeder bands off this Gulf low. And there you can see we're still funneling in more rain, but at least it looks like at the end of the sloop, the Baton Rouge area is starting to see less heavy stuff. So I'm hoping this little curved line right here, this one here, is going to be the last of the heavy stuff that we see, and we really are not expecting a remaining or lingering severe threat. So hopefully the worst stuff has already passed us by, but you can see on the Futurecast graph we're still going to bring in a couple of scattered thunderstorms off and on, not only throughout the morning but into the afternoon as well. And again, we could see a couple of brief heavy downpours. Graph actually wants to take us up to 90 degrees. I think we'll stall it out in the upper 80s. We do have a lot of good news in this forecast. The couple of tornado warnings we had obviously flew a fly in the ointment, but it looks like the dew points will come steadily down day by day by day, which means we're going to eventually fix these numbers too. Look, as we get to the weekend, peak heat indices are going to be in the mid 80s, so we're going to see significantly better weather by the mid to latter part of the work week. We just need all these deep purples, all that tropical moisture to drop back down into the Gulf. It will do so. We'll wrap some dry air back into the area, and we could even see a cold front later in the week, and that'll drop the highs and the lows. I really think you're going to like the end of the 7-day forecast. Here's the latest update on the tropical Atlantic. We have got a 70% chance of development on this wave. That is AL 95. It looks like it is not a threat to the Gulf. Matter of fact, it may end up just being a fish storm. But you're definitely going to want the rain gear handy for today, both AM and PM. Scattered showers, a few isolated storms, high temperatures in the upper 80s. Johnny?
Weather